Sheena Hass.
I'm Janice Smith.
And we are, I gotta look at the right place, Team Splendor and Grace.
Yes.
We are coming here today, hopefully training you, giving you some tools to get you where you need to be with personalized items. Sometimes we make it harder than it has to be. There are difficult images that do have to be worked on. For the most part, if you have an image that is not so close up, you don't have to do anything to it. You do not have to put it in a circle to upload it. It will put itself in a circle. We're here to talk about the ones that you cannot put in a circle without doing something to it beforehand. I do think Janice is a lot more advanced in PicsArt than myself. I am more of an over person. We're going to talk about PicsArt though.
I do think that if you are new to Splendor and you are just starting in atlases, you do need an app. So it's worth your money to buy an app. And so whether it's PicsArt or Over, you do need to purchase one of these apps to kind of play around with it. When I first started in Splendor, nobody really showed me. I just kind of had to get in there and just play around with it. So it'll be worth your time just to download one of these apps and just get a picture and just play around with it. Spend some time exploring the app and playing with it and just seeing what you can do with it, and it'll help you a lot just to get in there.
And I can reiterate that same thing. I mean, nobody really showed me. There's a few training videos if you go to YouTube, you know, on how to like clone, crop, whatever. But even in seeing that, it's not going to help you. It's like everything else. You do have to practice. You're going to have to work at it. And I done the same thing. I just sat and played, you know, until you get it to where you want it to be. And personalized items are huge. With Christmas ornaments, bracelets, necklace, all that. So hopefully today, between the two of us, this is kind of on the fly. Janice is like, hey, let's do a training. I was like, great idea. So we picked a couple images that are difficult. It's going to have something done to them before they can be put in that circle. Now, we discussed I should purchase and upload, or
maybe we'll see. We might be able to show them without having to do that.
Okay.
But now, like Sheena said at the beginning, you don't have to crop it in a circle. When you upload your photo after you've purchased your atlas or your keychain or whatever your personalized item is, and it could be, you know, the square. We didn't even talk about that before we did it.
We didn't, but squares are fairly...
They're easy.
Yeah.
But it'll ask you to upload your photo, and it's already in a circle format when you upload it, you know, when you're personalizing it. So it kind of fits in the little circle screen. You don't have to have it in a circle before you go and upload your picture. So
we're going to show you...
We'll show you, but, you know...
why or what you're going to do when you go to put that picture in the circle after you've bought it and half of someone's face is cut off, or we're missing a whole person altogether. That's what we're going to show you how to fix. So, do you want to go?
Yeah, and let's say, did we tell them that all of they have to be formatted 600 by 600.
And we can show you that also. Mm-hmm. There's a resize. There's a clone. I keep looking this way. I look this way. There's a resize because it does have to be 600 by 600. You will understand that more once we show you. And then there are so many advanced. She blew my mind. I mean, she taught me things because I'm more, like I said, of an over person. But it's incredible. And I do think that there's going to be a lot of help. So she's going to go behind the iPad. I'm going to hold her phone where you can see it really good. And we are going to open a picture. And we're going to start there. And hopefully show you every single thing that you need to know. And that you can watch and practice. And you will be able to share and tag new people as they come on. Always have this and not be redoing the wheel every single time.
Did I pull it up?
It's up, yeah.
Okay.
And we're rolling.
All right, so I'm going to pull up my picture, and you can see how big it is. So you can see, like when I go to shape crop and say I want the circle crop, okay, it's way too big. It's not going to fit in there. So I'm going to cancel, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that. So let's take a screenshot, and then that'll make it smaller. So I'm going to save that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up the screenshot photo, and then I'm going to hit the tool icon, shape crop.
Sorry, I have to move it over this way
Okay.
because I'm holding it, Dory.
And shape crop. And then we want the circle crop. And then we're going to have to fill in here because it's going to be too big, see? So as you can see, it's going to be kind of difficult because, so I'm not going to make it too big because we're going to have to fill in some of this stuff.
And I will say there, the bigger you make the circle,
The more you're going to have to
the
add.
more you're going to have to work to fill in those blank spaces because as you can see,
We've got all this to fill in.
yes.
So you can see my head's gone, part of my hand's gone, and we've got a chair and stuff gone. Now, there's different tools you can work with to help with this. I like to work with, you have the clone tool, you have the stretch tool. So you can clone, but stretch works good for me. But sometimes you do have to clone. But let me go ahead and use the stretch tool for one thing. And I'm going to use that for my head. Now, I don't want to make it too elongated or I will look like an alien.
Or a cone head, that's what
Or a cone head.
Yeah.
But now when you use the stretch tool, you'll have to make sure, like okay, I'll show you right here with the chair. You can't stretch it any old way or you'll get, see what I'm saying? It'll go that way. So let me cancel that and go back.
And that's the good thing, you can go back. But just remember, I'll tell you this, that once you go back so many times, if you've worked and done a whole lot of stuff, I don't know the number of times that the cutoff, but when you hit back that one time too many, everything leaves and you're like, oh my.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so say the chair. Oops, I gotta hit the stretch again, sorry. Say I work with the chair, and I'm gonna stretch the chair, and it's kind of weird because you gotta play with the way that the lines are running, and you gotta watch how you're doing it. And sometimes you gotta use stretch and clone, and that's why I say, and you can make it bigger, and that kind of helps. So sometimes if you use one and it doesn't work, you might want to go back to clone because see, it's making the chair kind of wonky using the stretch tool. It's just, this is where going in there and kind of playing with it.
Yeah, you'll get better. Sometimes having a stylus also helps. The UPS guy is walking down my driveway here, and he's going to see me and Janice. And I bet he's going to think, what in the world are those ladies doing? And that's great. Maybe we should get him to hold.
Yeah, is your arm getting tired,
Oh,
Shannon?
no. I was just saying so we could both be on. He's just talking to the dog and everything in the background.
Okay, I'm trying to hurry because I know your
No,
arm's
don't
hurting.
worry. My arm is really not sore. Or, I mean, not sore. It's really not hurting.
Okay, so I just kind of and get my thumb and finger working.
And
But
I will
see,
say, oh,
see how you kind of go with the lines with the stretch tool. You have to kind of really go with it.
and just like anything else, I mean, the more you do it, the better you're going to be. And then you might find in the beginning that you get yourself a little hooked on it for a while. When I first started, I just wanted to sit and practice. See how perfect she made that line? You know, that's taken some time.
And I will say, I'm kind of an artist. Well, I'm not kind of. I am an artist. So it's kind of like painting to me.
Which is way easier for her, yeah.
Yeah. So some people might not get like the gist of it just quite as easy as I do. And that's okay. That's what I'm saying. Get on there and just play around with it. And you'll get better and better at it the more you do it.
because you can see this is a really hard one. I tried to pick one that was really hard, and this is a really difficult one. Most of yours won't be this difficult.
Yeah, for the most part, you're just adding a little grass on the side, or but
Okay, so now we've come to a point right here that there's really not a whole lot to do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to apply this, and I'm going to go to
the
tools and go to clone.
Cloning is the hardest thing that I
Pull
ever had
it
to
back
learn.
up, and I'm going to go right here
Because you have to set your target.
and see what I did? And you have to keep hitting that, and you got to kind of feel it. Whoop. And if you mess up, you go back and try it again.
So see, she's trying to take half of the black, half of the wall behind it, and make it equal.
And this is another one. You just have to kind of play around with it.
And it is not easy. But
It's not easy, especially when you got somebody else holding the phone.
And you're on the other side.
And you're on the other side.
We have this. I wish you could see how we have our devices set up, and also notice that every single time she's doing this, she has to go back and hit the little target. That's what I call it down there. You have to do it every single time. We shouldn't be getting notifications.
I turned them off, didn't I?
Yes, we did. So
you kind of get the gist. I'm going to go ahead and apply that because that's, and then I will sometimes go back and just shape crop just to see where it's at, where I'm working.
The same exact thing, to see if I can get rid of any of the bad part instead of continuing to work on that one section that may not look so good.
And I can probably, when I shape crop again, I'll probably get the most of that out, and I'm going to put a border around it, and it'll probably take care of that. It's not perfect. If it were me, I would go back and work on that some more, but for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my forehead up here and stretch it on up.
Try not to become a cone.
And try not to be a cone head. And now with my hair, see, I'm going to have to go kind of like my hair's going here, as you can see.
I have to say this, for anyone who's watching and might have ever seen the one edit, there was a girl, we could not get her head in, and someone tried to fix it, and all about the atlas, and they gave her bangs, and she was not supposed to have bangs.
Uh-oh.
She had never had bangs, and it was a nightmare. So be careful when you're doing this. Keep in mind, you can't just pick out your own hairstyle.
No.
You can't have hair going whatever. You want it to be as close to the original as possible, because I was shocked when I got that. And so I don't post. I know a lot of people posting all about the Splendor Atlas. I don't. And if you find that you have not been added there by me, that's why, I guess. Just because I tend not to use that page so much. I try to rely on myself. And you see what she's doing. She's stretched just enough to not make herself look like she has, cone head. She has put a border around it, and that is, there you see, that she took that picture that did not work and did make it work, which is phenomenal. When someone sends you, in your mind you're thinking, well, just send me another picture. But not everyone takes pictures like the Splendor stylist, They don't have 500 pictures of, on their phone. It may legitimately be like one of the only pictures of this person that they have. And so they want to make it special. They want it to be. And we just have to do the best we can. Now she's going to blow your mind. This is what blew my mind.
Okay, so now I want to show you something you can do. If you've got somebody that likes the picture of the, this was my little boy. He's 27 now. He'll be 28 this year.
You didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, and this was my niece, and she just turned 28. Yeah, so they don't like the background. So you can go to Tools, and you can do. They have crops. So you can have free crop where you can like draw around. Let me just show you. You can go to free crop and select what you want to, and it'll crop it out. I'll just show you, and then I'll go back and see it crops out what you want to, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go back. Cancel. Or you can do, let's see, where's that? I don't want to do free crop. Let's see. Nope. I don't see the face crop now.
And we just had it.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay, so you go to free crop, and then I'm going to do person crop. You can do face crop, and it'll just crop the face. But I want to do person crop because I've got people here. And see, it's going to crop them out. So
No idea this even happened.
It's going to crop them out, so I'm going to save it. Next. And we're going to save this and download the photo. Done. And now it's saved in my photos of them. And I'm going to pick a different background. So see, there they are, saved right there. But I'm going to search for a background of, say, a beach. 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 Okay, so let me see. See, I want to put them on this picture right here. Well, that one's not a good one. Let's find one that actually looks like it. Let's say this one. Okay, I'm going to add them to this. They should be in my photos. I'm going to add a photo. There they are. I'm going to add them.
Voila!
Voila, they're on the beach.
Can somebody do that for me?
Yeah, right. So let's add them right there. Apply it. And now we're going to, where's my tools?
You have to, don't you have to go there and hit the, okay.
Tools, and we're going to shape crop. And, okay, so we've got part of their bodies out. Let's see if I want to get his little elbow in there because he looks sassy-frassy doing that. I don't want a border. Okay, so let me save that. And so part of their body's out, so I'm going to stretch them on down there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now this picture, also we might want to show them how to use that Remini app on this.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so let's see, let's crop it again.
And that is free. You just have to wait through the commercial, which drives me nuts,
Yeah.
but I'm not paying for it. I'll watch the 30-second commercial.
That kind of elongated him a little bit, so I'm going to make it a little bit in a little bit more. And there they are on the beach now.
See, I had no clue.
Instead of the other background.
Now I'm going to put myself at the beach every day.
Okay, so now let me show you how to clear that photo up because it looks kind of unclear. There's an app, and I've got it on my phone, and it's called Remini. Okay, gotta wait.
There's an ad before.
Okay, and we want to enhance a picture. And I'm going to enhance this picture.
And I hope you can see, I'm going to try to get it, I hope you can see how dramatic it is when, wait, you need to do it, go back. I see what you need, oh, you got it, never mind. And so then you have to watch the commercial.
It's be 22 seconds.
Yeah.
So, but it's well worth it because it really clears faces up. If you've got, and a lot of older pictures that were taken with Polaroids or older cameras, they're not as clear as the digital pictures taken today, and it will really clear faces up. Or if they're taken from a longer distance, the faces are not as clear, and it really, really helps with clear.
And it's going to show you how, like it splits the screen so you can see the before and after.
Well, you can see how much clearer it makes them look. Isn't that neat? And that's all you do. You just have to run it through. So that's the new picture, and I've got it saved. Definitely clearer.
And it's free as long as you don't care to watch the 23-second commercial, and I'm down for that.
Okay, we have switched sides, and now Sheena is going to show you some things and some tricks of the trade on hers.
I am, as I said before, predominantly a cloner. I do prefer, I'm going to go back to all photos and go here. And show you that when I try to put this into a circle, we're losing somebody somewhere. There's no way to make it happen. So what I do is a little bit different than Janice, and the way that I get my picture to fit is I bring it down like this, and then I screenshot, and then I just swipe that, go back out, and then I actually select that photo. I come down here, I find my shape cropping, I get this circle, and you can see like how much circle I have. Obviously you don't want that much. I'm going to tell you that it's way easier to clone grass, walls, anything besides faces, arms. I mean, that stuff it gets really complicated to make it look right. So what I'm going to do, and I might even bring this over, you can sometimes, like, it looks to me like this side's going to be easier to clone than this side because of this sleeve. So you can kind of have it a little off center or whatever if you need to. And then I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to take away my border, save it, and then you can see the areas that are going to have to be filled in. So I'm going to start cloning, and the target there, you can make it different sizes. I want to show you, and I don't know why that won't come up. It will with the eraser, but I can't make it do it with this. But you can change the size, and I think that size is going to be okay right here in this corner. And like the brown part here is not really going to be a big deal. You could even get rid of, like, if you wait, I'm going to go back. I want to show you something that is really beneficial. So once you get something started, like if you get rid of this brown part right here, the dark part, sometimes it's easier to pick up, like make that bigger, and then you can work with a bigger target as opposed to trying to pick up, little. And you can see what happens if you don't hit the target each time. Because what cloning is, you can do the whole picture and do it just, I should have used a stylus. See, I'm getting over on Courtney's shirt. So let's bring it down to where we have, again, you just have to, why is it doing a black spot?
You want to make the picture bigger so they can kind of see where you're working.
Oh yeah, that helps too. And I can also increase the size once I do that. And I'm trying to get rid of this line without getting on the sleeve, or if so, as little as possible. It is a tedious, but it's almost, oh, here we have size now. And opacity and hardness, like you can bring it up to where it's really, like, takes a lot of coverage. So I have to be very, very careful right here in this area. And kind of bring it, I'm almost thinking, Janice, at this point, right there where I'm at, would you try to stretch that dress out or that sleeve?
Well, that's what I was thinking, but it was also good to show them how the eraser works.
Okay, so let me show you that. You can take, like, let's say you get over here and you get really close to it like this. And in fact, if you go a little over, sometimes that does actually do the trick. Wait, I got it too dark right there. You could see where it did not flow. I got to get it covered down here too. Oh, I don't know why it's doing a black spot. Listen, this is real life right here, so I'm hoping. Have you ever seen
Hit
it?
it at the top instead of down there where you're at.
The
Hit the
top?
brown at the top. Yeah.
Smart thinking.
You got too close to the edge.
Did I?
Well, that's what it's picking up for some reason.
Oh, okay. I see
There you
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's picking up that. Huh. Now, the eraser. I'm going to make it small. You're going to see something come up here in the corner that's really going to enlarge it so that you can see.
And you're holding down your finger.
Yes, I am.
You're not letting go. You're holding it on the
And
phone.
I'm at the very edge of her sleeve, and I'm just barely coming down, I'm trying to erase the brown, but not show that line again. And hopefully I can do so all the way to the bottom. I hope I'm getting over far enough. It's really hard right here. And again, these are not going to be perfect because we're not doing them in an ideal setting.
Normally your phone would be on a table and you would be,
Like sitting.
yeah, and it would be steady and somebody wouldn't be holding it for you.
I do think I missed a little right in. Let's see, right in here. That I need to bring it out just a little. Further. And again, trying to avoid that line. Now, we have that there. I want to see where I'm at with my circle. I want to see what I've made happen. Okay, so we got us a wall. We have the arm. We still have this blank. And we have this baby. And this is going to be pretty much, I'm going to do my cloning. I'm going to bring it up. Going to come out here. And sometimes I will just take what I have, and I don't know if Janice agrees, but like once you have something like this that's just kind of a basic in this area, I will bring it down like this. Now I can't do it because it duplicated that sleeve, but like so. And then I'll find to take out the dots, like to make it look more of a smooth edge, like so. Janice may be saying, oh my Lord, I'd never do it like that. But sometimes you're not going to know. But we do have to bring this out. And what I would like to do is make that a bigger target so that I don't have to have little tiny trees everywhere. This is like Bob Ross, right? Happy trees. But I want to cover up that line also. So you can see there that it may look a little crappy. This is going to be the hard part. And I'm going to try to clone and see what I can do with this baby, the bib. And you see there's a line right there. So what you're would want to do is like perfectly line up the line. And you see how hard that's going to be, hitting that target every single time, bringing it down and having it in perfect alignment. Now, with work and a lot of patience, you could probably make that happen. I think I'm going to try Janice's trick. I'm going to be brave and I'm going to try to stretch it and see how that works out on this. And you have to be really careful dragging precisely. We got to get the little arm in here. Not drag it. And then we have you cannot get the face. You're just going to have to get the neck area. Bring it down ever so slightly. I'm a little concerned about dragging right here and what I'm going to do in this part. But with that being said,
And here again, this might be a good place to enlarge your picture, and it makes it easier to drag the
Well-
area you want.
that's true. And then also, I want to see, I'm so close. You can see how close we are to making that picture what we want it to be. Now, would the question be to put a border around it? Or would you continue trying to stretch? What's your thoughts, Janice? Because, I mean, and this is real life. I mean, this
Yeah.
is,
I think, like, you don't want to distort the baby's neck because it's already looking a little long right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would try stretching just a little bit more right here.
that's making its chin. I can see I'm
Yep.
missing
Yep.
the, oh, whoa.
Wouldn't they? Yep.
You can, so that's what happens.
Yeah. Yep. You have to really be careful there.
Okay.
So I think I would go ahead and circle crop again and put a border because you don't want to distort faces. Customers will not be happy with a distorted face. And then put a border around it, and it should take care of that little dark spot.
And you can see down here, you know, like you could do a red border, you could do, you know, I'm going to say for myself, I do like a black border. And see, you can do it as wide as you want. I don't recommend, in the beginning I would have done, I don't think it's going to get that right there. I think we're going to have a little spot that we're going to have to do something with. So I'm going to do that. And see, we still have this right here. And I think what I'm going to try to do,
I think you're going to have to crop it just a little bit more, a little bit closer.
I was going to try to clone again a little part of the, like so.
Mm-hmm.
Would you scoot it more that way and do some more cloning, or would you leave it as is right there?
I think that Courtney's face is centered right there, and I
Okay.
think that works.
So then, and we're leaving the border. Let's see what happens when we take it away. I don't think we have to have a border right
Okay.
there because we've came in so close.
Mhm.
But if we needed to, we could always go back and add it.
Mhm.
So then next, save and download. Okay, so now what I want to show you is this. This little keychain here. Couldn't think of what it was. You may have heard the term mock-up. If you have not heard it yet, I assure you, you will. So, how do you do a mock-up? We have the keychain. We just done, wait. We just done the picture. Worked on it really hard, and we're going to add a photo. So I can pick up this photo, and I can add it, and I can put it in here. I can rotate it. Let me rotate it to try to make it kind of, and then I can enlarge it and get it centered. Again, I'm working standing up with a phone that Janice is holding. So I'm going to try to get it perfect, and it is not. I can do it way better when I am sitting down. I'm trying to get it perfectly to where you can see all the edges. I think I got it too big. I'm going to leave it at that. I think that looks, so that is how you can show your customers what your item is going to look like, or their item is going to look like once it is finished. So it may seem complicated, really over your head. It just takes practice. Now, let me hit this. Text. Keychain. And I'm going to say $28. Now, I can choose my fonts. I can choose my colors. typically, I'm going to go with, let me pinch this. Oh, I'm pinching the whole, pinching. I'm trying to pinch. Why can't I make this go down? Hold on. Ah, there we go. Nope. Okay, I'm leaving it right there as is. I'm going to try to center the picture back. But I do want to show you that you can do colors. You can do bending. So if you need to make a circle inside, like let's say that you wanted to put it in here. Trying to find a color that would, you can see, you can't really see that. Let's do it in bright red. You can definitely, well, you can't really even see that. But you can see that you can bend it or make a circle. And again, this is rough draft. And then you can rotate it one-handed and put it inside. That's how you write on, like, on top of the pictures. Now I'm going to take it back out. I'm going to straighten it back up. Maybe. There we go. Rotate this. Struggle bus. And that is how you do writing and both on the picture, on the graphic, and curving it. This always comes engraved. There used to be a way to fix this. It is no longer in PicsArt. If it is in any, do you know if it's in any graphic like app? I can't find it to do like the typewriter look. So there you have a mock-up. Now I'm going to show you one more time. Do this. Let's go to all photos. Let's pick this necklace, and your customer says, oh my goodness, I want to know what it's going to look like with my family in it. Go to add a photo, select your photo, add. Get it in there the best you can. I will say we have them in our albums that has a black background covered up over the picture, so it does make it easier, but that still looks nice there. It's a good example, and I will show you one more time. Text. Let's do atlas, necklace, and let's do 20. They're 30 now, right? Back in the old day. Now, I'm going to choose, before I mess up this time, I'm going to choose a font. I'm going to show you all the different font options. You can make it, oh, I think that's pretty. I hope I can make it small. Sometimes you can't see it, you know, but you have so many things that you can do once you get in there. And again, this could be placed on your picture, and you could use the bend right here and bend it whichever way you want it bent, or back to ground zero. And smaller. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to make everything work. Okay, we are back. Janice is back on the other side, and she's going to show you a couple more things before we conclude about like everything you need to know to successfully work with your personalized pieces. So go ahead, Janice.
Okay, so lastly, here's a picture of me and my dog Nala, and we've been having, you know, some new stylists say, can you help me put this in a circle? Well, this picture, there's nothing that needs to be edited on it. If you pull up the circle crop on here, you can see it fits just fine in a circle.
And that's what the circle is going to look like if you have not purchased a personalized item. That's what it's going to look like. I mean, it's the same thing. So this picture is perfect of Janice and Nala.
So there's nothing really to do to edit it. You don't need it put into a circle. When you go to upload this photo, when you've purchased an atlas or a keychain or a personalized item, you will just need to upload this photo exactly as is. You don't have to put it in PicsArt and crop it in any certain way or do any editing at all to it. You just upload it just like it is. Now, if you have a photo that says, and you go to upload it and it says it's the wrong size, this one probably isn't, but I'm going to show you what you do to resize it. Let me go back.
When people send you photos like this, you're like, bomb.com, because you will know as you learn and grow what's gonna go into the circle, and when you see it and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to work on that one, you'll get it. But when you get pictures like this, you're like, yes.
Okay, so you'll go to your tools and you will see size. Resize.
I think it's right there.
Yep, right here, resize. Okay.
It was this angle we needed.
So I am going to hit I'm going to take that out and I'm going to hit 600. And it goes to 596. I don't know if it'll do it. It probably will.
Yeah.
Okay, that's close enough. I would say that that's going to be close enough.
Because remember, we're 600 by 600.
So there it resized the picture to the size it's going to need for you to upload it. Unless you get a notification when you upload this picture for your atlas, unless you get a notification that your picture needs to be resized, you don't have to bother with doing this in PicsArt. It'll be fine just like it is unless you get that notification.
Yeah. The Splendor, excuse me, the Splendor back office will always tell you when it needs to be resized. You don't have to resize them every single time. It will let you know. Okay, so we hope that through that process, that each of you learned something that you took away that you can practice. I wish y'all knew how many times it took us to make this video. We're not movie stars, no scripting. Like, I don't know how people do it. We have enjoyed it. A lot of good memories made, fun times.
Yes. And I would like to say, you have to remember that I am almost 4 years in with Splendor. And how many you've got now?
Almost 5.
Almost 5. So don't get discouraged if you fumble up and it takes you a long time to work on something. It just is practice. And the very first time that I started, I couldn't figure out how to curve my text, and I really didn't even have anybody to show me, and I just had to get in there. So don't get discouraged. Just get in there and work with it, and just keep messing with it, and you'll get it.
I got to clear. Okay, so also know that you can share this with your downlines. Let them watch. Do not get discouraged. Do not give up. Keep trying. Remember, we are here as a help, and we do have tools, but at the same time, we want you to utilize the tools yourself and use them to your best ability. If you notice, I started with long fingernails and ended with short because I couldn't do it. And so we've had a great time, and you'll be seeing us again, I think, with some more training on the Over app. I really like it, and I think that is going to be beneficial for a lot of you. So, Splendor out.
Splendor out.